I never forget about the little people. The people you think you forget, I don't forget. I remember. There was this girl who worked 4 miles from here. You go about the headquarters for Cinemark. You go about, I don't know, maybe 20 miles. It's south. She blonde hair, kind of small, maybe glasses on. I forget. Kind of reminds me of that one girl in Pitch Perfect. There's a scene, spoilers, where she drags the chair in the music hall, and then what's her name calls her a slut. It's so funny because she's kind of like a waif. Really cute and skinny. But this girl's not really a waif. She's simply really small. Has adorable blonde hair. Cut. It was something kind of like cut short that way, but she was dressed in, I think, a bunny costume, a brown, and she's at the cashier counter, the one on the right-hand side, and I'm looking at her from about like 30 feet away, 20 feet, maybe I guess you would say that it's a smirk on my face, maybe, or maybe some might think it's contempt, but I'm not feeling contempt. I'm smiling because her costume reminds me of the RLSH, but and I'm at the point where I don't know much really about as much socializing as I thought at the time. This was like 3 or 4 years ago. Right now it's 2025. The movie was something I think associated with me for me to react that way. But I remember after that, a few minutes or maybe 20 minutes or 10 minutes after that, she's walking. I'm walking to the right, still at the right, at this cashier, but it's about the other, so it's same side, but in order to get from the cashier thing to, let me try to think, to the opening, actually it's close by, it's right there, okay, the door, yeah, the opening's right there, okay. Anyways, so I'm walking towards it, and there's it's a big window down in the hall, huge, it's bright, it wasn't bright, because this was like nearing like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. maybe. It's kind of gray out there, dark, kind of grayish gray. That time when it's between, and she's walking towards me, of course, but her head's kind of like held, kind of like downward, 45 degrees, as she's avoiding my gaze, but in in a sad way. I think I did this kind of video before, but I'm doing it so that confirms that I'm, that I might be on another site. Because it's real important. I thought of it all of a sudden. And she's walking towards me, her head held low. Well, I'm like on the right, and she's on the left, that's right. She's about we're in the middle of the hallway. The hallway is about 40 feet long or so, 50 feet. Yeah. And so we're nearly in the middle, and she's about 20 feet away. She's not mad or anything, she's just kind of not even really sad, but maybe a little bit, what's the feeling? It's not sad or anything, it's simply she knows that I'm smiling, and she feels kind of maybe sad, maybe the word is sad, a little sad, but she's not sad, it's kind of she's kind of a body language saying, I know you thought something was funny, but I wasn't trying to be funny, or something like that, you know what I'm saying? She's exactly watch the Pitch Perfect scene. If you watch the Pitch Perfect scene, that was exactly her reaction, like that. So I guess in Pitch Perfect, the girl is crying, but maybe it seems like she's crying inside, but not too much crying, okay. And I think she's still in her bunny costume, I think. No, maybe she's not in bunny costume. No, she must be in the bunny costume. Gosh, maybe it was kind of yeah. It's a big bunny costume, brown. Yeah, I think she must have been still in it or something. Yeah, she had to be. Why would she take off the... Yeah. But anyway, so whoever that was, and then she passes by, but we're it's it's a huge hallway, so she's when she passes by, it's 5 feet, at least, or 6 feet away, so... and the way I'm passing, the way my body language is, people don't find me threatening, really. They don't. 99.9% they don't. So everybody knows I'm a softie and stuff. So, So it's kind of like maybe she knows who I am or something. She senses something about me, and something she knows that I'm smiling about something I can't tell her. So whoever that is, she reminds me of that knitting girl. This is blonde, exact kind of girl, blonde, knitting, bespectacled, who knits. She does this kind of knitting stuff, and she works in the middle of the USA. She has some kind of, I don't know, big job thing that pays her a lot or something, but she says she feels really lonely. She wants to have a family and, stay at home mom and stuff. Kind of that wave, kind of like that my film classmate JR, bespectacled, kind of like Paula Rester again. These kind of girls that are they had the same kind of look. Paula, she reminded me of Paula the first time I saw JR, but it's just like a smaller, kind of like a shortened half version of Paula, and even smarter, a nerdier version of Paula. Paula wasn't really nerdy. She's kind of like what's her name? Emma Chamberlain. They must be related. Exactly. Imagine. Now, of course, from Emma Chamberlain to the girl I'm talking about in the theater, there's like a significant difference if you look at that Pitch Perfect actress in that scene. So it's kind of like relatives, okay. But when it comes to Emma Chamberlain and Paula, they look the same. And then JR is like a mini version of them. And then think of like a sister. Yeah, like a sister. You know how sisters can look like almost the same but like totally different. So this is like a totally different kind of looking but still related looking. So halfway looking would be the girl on top of the Cinemark. So whoever that is, I don't know if you'll ever get this message. I don't know. I really don't. But the way my life is, she might. I wasn't trying to. I thought the costume was cute, but I was smiling because of its relation to me in the relation of costumes costumes. Because there was some movie that was playing. I don't know what it was. Whatever movie it was playing, and I'm always thinking movies are associated with me, which they are. But now I realize how tight the association is and how not tight it is. So in other words, I know the dynamic of it, the accuracy of the dynamic of it. Basically, it comes down to the age. The key to all this is Feige's age. I've been chasing my shadow this whole time. I always thought for so long, okay, it's me in the movie, and technically it really was. But I didn't know in what way it was. I always thought Feige was about, No, man, I'm kind of dating myself here, so I don't want to reveal that, but let's simply say I thought he was a lot older than what he looks. Actually, no, I didn't know he's actually much younger than the way he looks. So anyway, and what happens, it's the reason is because he has, if you have information, you have a head start. He has a head start. Information can actually pull you into the future. So I always thought if somebody is older, then they'll always have something ahead of you, intelligence-wise. No. When it comes to Feige, he's the perfect example. So yeah, you actually can be smarter and actually have more experience than someone who's older. Now. Somebody might exist longer, but then if you look at the theory, even though Einstein is a crook, he's a crook, but his theory about time, relativity, you experience time differently, and I totally experience time differently. So I would say the experience of time, since it's relative, that technically means quite amazingly that someone who, even if they live longer, they technically might not experience the time the same way. So actually, in a way, you actually have more time than them in some kind of metric that I have no idea, maybe in time in the actual real world, some kind of, I don't know, time matrix constant or whatever, I don't know what. I don't know, I have to think more about that. But you get what I'm saying. So I have to figure out all that, to say whether somebody actually that you can actually experience more time than somebody, even though in the conventional sense of time, they may be longer. But then there's another type of time. Which one's more valid? I don't know. But I guess if you go by the theory of relativity, then technically you could actually experience time longer than somebody else going by conventional time. There you go. So there's I guess there's theoretical time, relativity time, let's call it, and then there's conventional time. There you go. So I guess that would be it. That would be it for that. You can actually, yeah, someone might have more conventional time than you, but you have more relativity time, and the one that is most important, I think, is the relativity time. I mean, I'm flying through time here. I wake up in whammo, it's already, that's why when I'm talking, I don't even know what time it is. You know, time flies when you're having fun. Is this recording? This is recording, right? Yeah, this is recording. Okay. So, so the whole point is, yeah, this message is that girl. Whoever it is, I know through the grapevine, whoever's watching this, even the algorithm, the net sky, I call it net sky, reads the programs, reads the words. AI is actually reading my words, so and the Google or whatever is integrating it to its algorithm. So I think the girl I'm talking about, I think she will get this message. Interesting. I think she will, the way my life keeps ending up. So whoever that was, yeah, I wasn't laughing. I'm trying to let me confirm that I'm saying this correctly. I wasn't laughing at her. I was laughing at the situation. Yeah. I was laughing at the situation. I hope I was. I mean, consciously, the subconscious. I know I wasn't laughing at her. It wasn't any, because I thought the costume was cool. But the smile on my face was because of, again, it was because of my association with costumes. So, yeah. She looked so sad when she was passing by. I kind of wanted to give her a hug or something and say, you know, you look fine. It's not your costume that I was smiling at, but how could I? At the time, I didn't know more about so much. I didn't have enough information on my own condition, about socializing. I've learned so much in the past recent couple of years. You know, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-opening. So, yeah, I don't forget. What other people do I not forget? There's other people. These people that you meet for like 2 seconds. There's that guy. There's this black guy. He reminds me of really dark skin, maybe from Nigeria. He wasn't from Nigeria, but had really dark skin. He was a truck driver, and so one of those TSA places or something. And remember, these guys are like they're like come out of like a something like a magazine or something. They're like real characters, like out of a comic book or something. Like those people who fly F-16s in the army or whatever, or cops. You know, they have this kind of charisma thing. He's all really black, kind of like chocolate, sweating, like glistening or something. I don't know, like that, like Nigerian, like, you know, hair cut really low and something. He's got like the yellow and blue or something, you know, like not even a uniform. It's like whatever he's wearing, it really stands out. He's got his awesome truck, which is like burgundy color or something, you know, amber red or deep red velvet or something, black. And he sees me pick up on the ground this food and he goes, "No, don't eat that. I'll buy you something," or something. At one point, he's saying, you know, then we'll see. You know, I don't know if he said he'll see me again or something. I don't know. I didn't say I don't know. I said I you know, maybe or something. But the way he said it, he was like, "No, I think we will see each other," or something. I don't know. Nowadays, if somebody said, "Oh, I definitely will say," I would say, "Yeah, maybe." With the amount of infinite coincidals, I would have more confidence in knowing that really is possible. But I think the way he said it, I don't know if he was kind of joking or what. Because, I mean, these people are in trucks, so how often would they? Oh, maybe because they do the same stuff. So I don't know. I'll have to get a good read on his eyes. But I don't know. From my feeling, Barbara Walters said, you know, trust your instincts. Maybe paraphrasing. I don't know. Maybe there was a little hint of tongue-in-cheek, I guess. But my point is, you know, I don't forget him because he helped me out, bought me food that was on the floor, so I'm thankful for that. There's someone paid it forward. Some people who have that there was a church. As much issues I have about the Bible and Christianity, there was, I was doing a test run on something, and they helped me out, and I said I would pay it forward or something like that. I'm paraphrasing again, Maybe not them. No, it wasn't that. It was something else. Somebody else. Something. There was the guy who helped me when at a gas station when I had a car I'm driving. We paid for or something, and he had autism too. I remember him. It was close by here when it happened. So he might live around this area. I don't know. These small things. People holding the door. I'm trying to remember people hold the door. Oh, there's Steve Bichetti. I might have met him. Looked exactly like him. The people who visited who looked like the actor, who's playing the bowl haircut, Gardner. Yeah, the guy from the Buffy show. I think he visited his cousin or something, some kind of relative. It looked exactly like him, and the girl with her dog. I don't forget them. All these people. There's this one woman who visited the house, who got scared, the realtor or something. I was in the closet door, sleeping there, and got up or something, and then in the closet, hello, and scared her. Okay, now it seems like I'm almost rambling, so anyway, yeah, I don't forget. I'll be sleeping or something, I'll someday remember somebody, so, yeah, I guess you call it the unsung heroes, all those unsung heroes out there. Like my friend Todd, I always say this story. I say this story a lot. Not always, but it's a lot. I'm working in IT, and then I see him on the television. Our television at work was like hung up on the ceiling. It's right in the middle. Well, we have a long lobby. It used to be a gun store, which I visited at because I wanted to see. My boss was buying it, not me. So I visited that gun store inside. It's funny, I never took any video inside of the store. I never took any video. How kind of insane that is. I have pictures. The car had cameras and everything, and it took videos of outside. Oh, by that time it had all burned out. It's ironic. It's ironic, isn't it? At the time, you don't realize. The car took plenty of videos outside the car. I've been from the office before that, but I think after that, not so much. Just kind of ironic. Maybe because I was kind of, the perception had shifted. Yeah, I know. I was in a different emotional condition at that point. That's what happened. I remember now. I know exactly why I didn't take any pictures of the building in there. I was in a different emotional condition. Yeah, my emotions had shifted. Yeah, that's what happened. It was completely reversed. So that's what happens when, you only take pictures of things that things that you want to take pictures of. That's the thing. You don't want to take something, you don't take it. So, yeah, I get it. Okay, so now, anyway, that's it. Hopefully this is about 200. I'm thinking, I'm gonna guess 200. Where is it? Oh, there you go. Come on. Where's the stop? Oh, there you are. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I said never forget. But I forgot where this was. Yeah. You know why? Because I was staring at something else. I was staring at that other thing here. This one. So yeah, there you go. Maybe that's how you can tie it to the story. See, I was looking at her like this, right? But I'm thinking of this. This is exactly perfect. Yeah, I was looking at her. Here's the thing I was kept looking at. But actually what I'm thinking of is this. There you go. There you go. That ties the story together.